This is Thurman Thomas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Greetings, Sean. How we feeling?
Greetings.
Oh, I feel a little lower there. Yeah. Happy conference championship.
Happy conference championship. Fired up. Just chomping at the bit. Cannot wait to kick this game off. We got Eagles at home against the Commanders, and then Chiefs Bills. Obviously the Commanders are the surprise team, but not taking them lightly. Optimistic about our defense and getting the job done. Pounding the rock with Saquon Barkley. Got a little late injury news. Had some questions about Cam Jurgens. It looks like Cam Jurgens is active, but he's not going to start.
Really?
So Landon Dickerson will be starting at center for the Eagles. He played center in college. I feel pretty good about it. Obviously, would have rathered a completely healthy Cam Jurgens there at center.
Doesn't
Tyler
Landon Dickinson always get hurt? Who's the backup center if he gets hurt?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they would do. Well, I think they bring in Cam Jurgens. I think Cam Jurgens is active because he's pretty close, but they feel a little bit better with a fully healthy Dickerson and Tyler Steen. I mean,
that's interesting. They're healthy enough to be a backup, not healthy enough to start.
And we'll see. Maybe they're playing games, and maybe he will start. Maybe he'll come in for certain packages. Maybe they'll see how Tyler Steen and Landon Dickerson do. If they don't like what they're seeing, maybe they bring in Jurgens.
It strikes me as one of those. Like they'd rather not play him, but
yeah.
If things turn into a shit show early, they're going to make a switch.
Yeah, breaking.
What does it take? A fumbled snap or something?
Yeah, I think if the center quarterback stuff isn't looking good, if interior pressure is an issue for the Eagles, I think Tyler Steen's going to be on a short leash. Would be my take.
It's a great name.
Of the situation. It sounds like an offensive lineman. You have a kid named Tyler Steen. He's born to block.
Steen sounds like a measurement of weight. 4.5 Steens.
Yeah, and Daquan the Great saying another future excuse for Eagles fans. No, I'm not. Daquan, I'm not making excuses. People literally asked me about the Cam Jurgens situation, so I'm explaining my take on it.
You did. I mean, you were a bit defensive when I brought it up earlier in the week, suggesting it was TMZ like fodder. That I thought
he was going to be good to play, which I guess I'm kind of half right because he is active. Obviously, if he wasn't. Yeah. I mean, if he wasn't cleared to play,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, no, I thought again, back stuff is probably the hardest stuff to figure out. And then, unfortunately for the Commanders, Deron Payne is out. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to play.
That's huge news.
That's pretty big.
He's one half of the best piece of their defense.
Yeah.
And as someone who has rooted for a defense that has the strength is right up there in front. When you lose that strength, it turns into a problem. And guess what? What's the handicap? Well, the Eagles should be able to run the ball. Yeah,
I still think the Eagles are going to be able to run the ball.
So what's the obviously the point spread's moved then with this injury news.
Has it?
No, I'm just,
okay.
I was giving you fuel. I'm pouring gasoline on your fire.
I think offensive lineman injuries are often underrated in the spread. And again, you look to the other side, Sam Cosmi being out and Deron Payne are huge losses for the Commanders. I would have loved to see the Commanders at 100%. But it is what it is.
Unfortunate.
It is what it is, Ryan. And if Jalen Carter has to sack Jaden Daniels, then those are the breaks. It'll be interesting to see that. And I haven't seen anything of exactly what the Commanders are going to do. I did see a Commanders fan who was annoyed that like he goes, hey, if any of those beat reporters weren't too busy sucking off Jaden Daniels and playing patty cake, we could actually know who is going to be starting for the offensive line. So I haven't heard exactly how they plan on filling in for a missing Sam Cosmi, but yeah, that's kind of the interesting injury stuff late. Goddard hurts both off the injury report. Hurts expected to play with the brace like he's done in other situations. So I would say not 100%, but still, I think he's going to be pretty good to go there. And I wouldn't be surprised if you want to get DGen, maybe look to some, I'm a degenerate. First quarter rushing yards over for Jalen Hurts, just to show him that you can do it early on. Make sure they keep him honest, playing the read option stuff in the run game. So that would be a fun little angle for me. Knox anytime touchdown went down so much. Tej, I would love to see what the Knox anytime touchdown price is that you're seeing. I got it at I have a lot of Dawson Knox touchdown bets spread out over the. What are you doing over there, Ryan?
I'm looking for some. I'm missing a parlay, and there's circuit.
See,
chips.
You splashing some chips around there, splashing the pot.
I brought some chips home with me.
I think let's see. I got it online at some places at 7-1 mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Get in over there for some late action. And I did get a paper ticket at Circa, even though it was $6.75, just because I asked Jeffrey Benson to list the Dawson Knox anytime touchdown. And yeah, I wasn't going to not play it if the guy was kind enough to list that bet, even if it wasn't. I'm still seeing 750. So I don't know where you were looking, but I still think that's a good price. Love that. Love the Knox stuff.
Yeah, it hasn't really moved. You can still find good prices out there.
Amateur Fun saying, how many tickets are you DGens holding for today's games? I mean, do you count first half?
I mean, it's hard to see, but there's like a lot going on here. Like,
Sean, you have a couple cocktails. All of a sudden, you can just find yourself on a first touchdown parlay run. Just put like $10 on a lot of combinations for first touchdown.
That's what happens.
None of which have the Commanders scoring the first touchdown. So
I have. Yeah, I mean, my first half parlay or my first touchdown parlays will be activated with a Devonta Smith or Zach Ertz touchdown. So.
And Adam Rosenberg in the chat. Shout out to Rosie there. Octopus at 14-1. We didn't talk about this prop. Hit, of course, back in the Super Bowl, Chiefs Eagles 2022. First time I remember seeing it, but of course, scoring the touchdown and then also scoring the 2-point for the Eagles. You could definitely see the case of, hey, Hurts gets the tush push. There's a penalty on the extra point. They tush push it again, a little read option, or Saquon getting a touchdown. There's a situation, either a missed extra point or Nick Sirianni wanting to be aggressive, going for 2. They run Barkley again. I'm sure you could come up with sides for the Commanders there as well with Jaden Daniels if you were so inclined. I wouldn't make that case, but and maybe fun. I'm assuming. The Octopus 14-1, probably similar price for Chiefs Bills, but Chiefs Bills, Josh Allen getting himself.
I'd imagine
Octopus, I think, is a pretty fun.
There's a handicap there. Certainly the price should be shorter for the Eagles game. Certainly,
I would imagine so. Yeah,
you have 2 quarterbacks that could very easily accomplish it.
Yeah, and Barkley, who's a guy that you can see. Ertz, yeah, no, I never think of like the receiving stuff, but certainly. Yeah, AJ Brown getting a touchdown and then like a quick slant going his way as well.
If Ertz scores the first touchdown, Sean.
Yeah, I'll be pissed.
Yeah, no, Washington scores first, Eagles win game.
Okay, what's that priced at?
I'll have to find it, but I keep talking to you about this. The idea that Washington has a successful first drive, much like we've seen in some of these other playoff games with the teams that end up getting blown out. There's certainly something there.
JC from KC with the great nugget there. Both Barkley and Ertz have hit the Octopus this season, so tentacles could be out. Carl asking, can we get an update on CJ and his hand? Of course, Ryan, maybe you can use the whole card there to show off some of your circuit tickets if you'd like. I'm sure people would find some of those interesting. I don't know. You
think they'll screenshot them and try to steal my money?
NF, I think that's Nick Fortune checking in. Sean, how you feeling, bro? I'm jacked. I mean, I'm excited. I'm optimistic, But hey, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. I'm as confident as you can be without being cocky and spitting face in the gambling NFL god's face, which I would not do. I respect it.
Do you want to
respect the process?
Do you want to see like basically the ticket that will be the determination of how the day goes?
Sure.
All right, I'll throw that one on the screen.
Trevor asking, Sean, is AJ Brown going to catch the ball today? Have him in a lot of DFS lineups. Well, I think he's been catching up on his inner excellence, and yeah, I like AJ Brown to get it done in the passing game. I mean, again, if you ask me, Devonta is kind of the more interesting play with yards. I like him first to 20. I like him longest catch over 19.5. And I imagine AJ Brown's not getting a ton of play there in the DFS lineup. So for a guy who's as good as he is, you might actually be contrarian by playing him. So here's Kramer showing off a nice little big boy bet, $500.
This will be a nice tone setter for the weekend. I have a feeling if this one wins, it turns out all right. If this one loses, but yeah, for those who are wondering, I mean, you're not. It's like a full. Where am I at? I mean, it's just like unlimited paper. Here's another one. I'll throw one more out there quick. Oh, I got all the numbers. It's upside down.
Upside down.
Hollywood Brown, baby. Let's go.
Hollywood Brown anytime. What? And that was plus 290.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where do we got? What's a dark horse play? Eric wants to know. Dark horse play, most receiving yards on the day, Ryan. Who could you see having the most receiving yards being a bit of a dark horse?
Just hear that. You hear that noise?
Yeah. I hear you tapping your sheets.
So thick. Dark horse?
Yeah.
Other than Knox.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Dark horse for the day.
I don't know. Well, how long do we want to go?
It's Eric's question.
Well, I mean, I'll give you the one that I gave out on the show this week, which is Devonta. I would sprinkle Devonta Smith and Hollywood Brown.
Okay,
put it like that. The dark horse is something crazy. Like, who's the guy who can catch a long ass pass in the Bills game and there's only like 65 yards in the game?
Matt Collins. Yeah. Matt Collins is my dark horse. I got him 2 touchdowns. So why not Matt Collins? Well, part of my handicap was him recovering a fumble in the end zone.
You seen this? There's some backlash against Matt Collins.
Who hates Matt Collins?
There's a couple guys on a small sports gambling show that have been saying he's a distraction to his team because he shows up to the stadium barefoot.
No, it's funny. He's a quirky guy, good locker room guy.
Interesting.
What do you
and CJ were the two throwing shade at Matt Collins, trying to say it's the same level as AJ Brown in his book.
No, you completely
Nope.
All right. I said it's not a distraction like AJ Brown in his book.
You're comparing it, saying it was a distraction, like I was suggesting AJ Brown is.
No, I said it's like AJ Brown's book and that it's not a distraction. Astronaut checking in. Smash the D-gens. Let's go. Only 200 people in the chat, only 40 likes. Hit the likes, hashtag DGens only.
Should we just unload the prop sheet?
Yeah, let's show off what we did in the prop market, the VSiN show. Swaggy McNolegs saying anyone booking unsportsmanlike penalties. I haven't seen that market.
Let's talk about it real quick. They literally deployed an all-star crew of the guys who call the fewest penalties in that regard. That being said, do you know top 2 quarterbacks in the league in personal foul penalties over the last 2 seasons?
It's got to be Mahomes and
Josh Allen and Mahomes.
Yeah.
So it seems as though the NFL is aware of it, like they always are. It's nothing but an act, right? The script has been released. We still measure with change, Sean.
I think the NFL had its feelings hurt by how many people were bitching about the refs, and I would lean into whatever the market is. Without doing any research, my thought is they're really going to put away their whistle.
No flag.
So if you think that favors a particular team, even though the Chiefs will end up winning, feel free to fire. So yeah, my first touchdown for the Eagles Commanders, Dotson, 48 to 1, Calcaterra 100 to 1. Could see them running some more 12 personnel. Usually it ends up chalky. So a lot of my
Dotson isn't. They didn't watch the games.
Yeah,
play. It's a revenge spot mixed with he already did this.
And
spot.
he's getting as far as like routes run for a third receiver,
It doesn't matter.
Again,
that stat literally doesn't matter for this play. He's such a long price.
Yeah, Eagles are usually pretty chalky. First touchdown for the late game for me, Dawson Knox, obviously. Ray Davis, who again had the Bills' first touchdown.
Not watching the game
in the Ravens game. That's to me is the craziest price on this whole sheet. Noah Gray just in case, and then Samaje Perine. Because I think he has a nice pass catching role. Kramer, walk people through your first touchdown.
Before I do that, I have to say I'm really appreciative of everyone who's sliding into the DMs asking for the "they don't watch the games" play of the day. That would be Josh Allen anytime touchdown. It's in the prop section down there. First touchdown. Yeah, I'm with Sean Dotson. You got to play. I'm on Devonta Smith having a bit of a day, so I locked him into my first touchdown. He's also the opener in some first touchdown parlays for me. Ertz 19-1, De'Ami Brown 22-1, pretty obvious. And then on the Bill side, yeah, I mean we kind of agree with the Knox angle.
Yeah.
Then Hollywood Brown again. He sat courtside with Mahomes. What are we doing? Curtis Samuel was the Joe Brady gadget. So
yeah, no, Curtis Samuel was fun.
Interesting price there. And then Peyton Hendershot. We love a good third string tight end for Mr. Noah Gray gets the snap, shovel pass to Peyton Hendershot. It's not quite Kyle Juszczyk in the Super Bowl, but
Noah Gray does get the tush push stuff. I think.
Imagine if he shovel passes to Peyton
that would be crazy.
Yeah, and then anything else we
So shout out to Jay in the chat. I was like, hell yeah, feeding my 6 ladies at the moment. It's 2 months from harvest. I'm like, what?
What?
Is this guy a farmer? What's going on?
Gotta be animals.
No, it's weed plants. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
He was feeding some hogs, maybe.
I think he was talking with the Hastronaut, of course. Shout out to.
It's smoking my weed.
That's nice.
Corbin saying his brother's is taking Bills money line. What a fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, Bills. It feels like they're going to eventually win one, but at what do you know? The money line's what plus 120. Come on. There's way more fun stuff that I think has a much better chance at plus 120.
What's the fun way to play the Bills win the game?
Well, and I think we talked about this on the VSiN show. But if you're betting Bills money line, I think you're kind of crazy not to be also cooking up a couple of game scripts in a same game parlay, like involving Mahomes interception. Like I can't get to Bills winning this game without a Mahomes interception. Maybe it's fumbles, block kicks, whatever. But I think, Josh Allen. So if I was playing the Bills, and I'm not, to be clear, I would take a Josh Allen over a rush alt yards, a Mahomes interception, and Bills money line. Cause that to me is like how this gets home. Or maybe even a Josh Allen 2 touchdowns with the Bills money line. I think if you're playing Bills money line, I think there's kind of only a couple ways it gets home. So maximize what you're going to get by betting on the Bills by cooking up a path to get them home.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, if I was playing the Bills, I might actually look to play like something silly, like an alt number.
Yeah,
it's like the ridiculousness of them winning the game. So why not lay 6.5? 3.5.
Tej saying any Samaje Perine touchdown thoughts, Ryan?
You're talking to Sean. Sean likes it. I think we've talked about the matchup against the Bills, the linebacking, just the defense of the running back in the passing game. Not all that good. A lot of mouths to feed. So the price has to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, what's
the first touchdown? 75-1. So what anytime?
And actually at Circa, where I bet it was 90-1.
So what are we getting for any time? Like 9 to 15-1, something like that.
Yeah, and I know it sounds crazy, but I kind of almost just like first touchdown better because it's kind of this like long shot. I don't know.
Last touchdown.
Last touchdown's interesting. I think maximize it because he does have a little bit of a pass catching role. I like his alt. I like his alt yards. So as I pointed out here, 25 you can get 425, 40 of receiving yards for Perine. Something he did on December 21st in a big game against the Texans, 3 catches for 50 yards. That's 15-1. That to me, I almost rather play that than the touchdown.
Yep, much better. Him getting a couple catches and getting there is much better. And then we'll get to it on the ladders for VSiN, but getting back to some defensive props. Jalen Carter. Did you talked about your Matt Collins 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. He's just a maniac. If anyone goes crazy in this game, it's Matt Collins.
Like how I laid out
small sprinkle.
Like how I laid out someone I had previously written round robin in the sheet, and someone said, "What the hell does this mean?" So now look at that. Look at all those bets. Well, I have so many. These are all for those wondering. These are all paper tickets. Very fun. All right, VSiN show. You want and the parlay is we basically took the same thing.
Sides and totals for all 4 games. So Eagles laying the points, Philly, Washington under, Chiefs money line, and then over in Buffalo KC. I am worried about like a 28-27 Chiefs win. So because I do think it's going to be a close game. First touchdown, just keep going back to Dawson Knox. Hurts broken record. Kelsey 2 tutties. And he would actually tie then, I think, Jerry Rice's all-time touchdown record. Our step ladder from the VSiN show, Jalen Carter sacks. And where do we get the over 1.5 sack, Ryan? Was that
was in a faraway place?
Oh, that was mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. So get in over there on that one. The prop builder. If you're not using the prop builder at mybookie, very fun. And I think a lot of the offshores use that same prop builder, so pretty consistent number there. Over 1.5 on the old prop builder. That's a fun one. Devonta Smith receptions, little ladder there, and then Kramer really just going hard on the Hollywood Brown receiving yards. But hard to disagree.
I mean, he sat courtside with him, Sean.
I mean, I still hope,
how many times do I have to bring it up?
I still hope it's DeAndre Hopkins. I still hope D Hopkins going for one of my FFPC lineups.
Are you alive? Anything? It's really hard to tell if you're alive now. I mean, you're most likely, unless you have some different stuff, you're probably dead if you're outside the top 1,000. But
let's see the divisional round playoff challenge. I don't know. It's not showing. Where do I see my rankings here, Ryan?
Yeah, it's not showing it on the main page. You have to go to leaderboard.
Okay.
I can tell you, I'm not having a great go of it. My top team in the first contest is in 2196. Not very good.
So for the divisional round, our team one, Sports Gambling Podcast, 1,036. My personal one, 1,079. So
this is for the divisional one or for the
divisional one.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the mix there.
Well, there's only 1,400. That my number was for the first one. This contest, you probably want to be within the top like 800.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. There's time. I think our joint one is not dead.
Yeah, I mean, also I have Hurts and Barkley in a bunch. My my Ravens Buffalo one not looking great, and our joint one not looking great either. So we'll see. Maybe we can pull something.
Not having Kelsey, I think, is going to be interesting. Like you have a shot to come back not having Kelsey today. So much of the field has Kelsey in this matchup.
Yeah, so we'll see. Here we go. Jack O'Flaherty. Gainwell most rushing yards, 300-1, just in case those 400 touches catch up with Saquon.
Is that CJ Burner?
Appreciate the attempt to troll, but I would never wish Rush on Rush. I would never wish injury on anyone.
Oh, so it's almost like a negative Eagles one.
Patty Melt saying calling international. Hollins 2+ receptions. Samuel over 1.5 catches. Josh Allen touchdown. Jaden Daniels 250 passing yards. Eckler over 3.5 catches. Hurts touchdown. Barkley touchdown. 77-1.
Nice.
Ryan, we should talk about the. We also gave out a same game parlay. For the game that CJ when we had CJ on the VSiN show.
Oh, I thought you were transitioning to Damien's comment or Damani's comment about reverse correlation in our Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
One. I mean, essentially, we're playing a Dawson Knox under 1.5 catches, under 14.5 yards with him to score a touchdown. So
Damani, I think the guys for me that are interesting besides Dawson Knox in the reverse stuff is a guy like Xavier Worthy and or a guy like Matt Collins. So maybe we cook up together, Ryan.
Well, I would say we go. Yeah, I would say we're a little positive on the Bills in the prop market. So if we maybe we go for a Chief.
All right.
Or an Eagle.
Okay.
So
I think, I think for me, maybe it's a Jahan Dotson angle.
That would be a good reverse
because
correlation.
he has,
guy.
and CJ has pointed out, like he has had some, like I think CJ played his ladder, but he has had some like 37-yard catches, 29-yard catches. All right, so I'm gonna head over to mybookie.ag. Right,
but yeah, I'm down to do a worthy one.
Okay, let's see what we
You
can
want to
cook
do a
up.
reverse correlation on his under rush attempts?
Well,
no,
because I'm on his over yards. So
I was going to get to an under rush attempts over rushing yards, but the rush attempts probably isn't not listed.
So let's see, receiving yards. Jahan Dotson. How high do we think you can go, Ryan? Can he get 65 plus?
That's a lot. I would
55 plus is plus 830
with under catches.
Well, no, that's just the yards.
I think we go for yards somewhere in like what's reasonable, 30 yards.
I think 45 plus is.
What's the price difference?
35 plus is plus 324. 45 plus is plus 512.
I don't think we need to go to the higher round.
All right, 35 plus receiving yards.
And what's the receptions at 1.5?
Let me see his catches.
Assuming they're offering
it. Jahan Dotson. Oh, you know what? On the prop builder.
No, you can't play.
I don't think you can do the. We'll have to kick it over to one of the domestic books over here, Ryan. Let's see.
Relocating. A lot. We got a lot of McNichols. Oh man, look at this. 11-1 on the anytime. If he gets a goal line carry, that's certainly interesting. Look at this suggestion, Sean. McLaurin over 4.5 catches, but under 62 yards for a little reverse correlation. Jack pointing out Dotson 40 plus yards, 13-1 on Bet365. Jesus.
25 plus on the blue book here, Ryan. 25 plus yards plus 520 on his alt yards. Just that one.
What's the receptions?
And let's see if I can get the.
This is turning into it.
And they're not offering the receptions.
All right, they're cowards.
Let's see. I'll try another book. Answer some questions while I'm trying to.
We got lots of callers. That's really where we Eagles 2 touchdowns, 55-1, like that showing up in the chat.
Yeah, we did. That was part of our parlay with CJ, 80-1.
Well, we had a single touchdown, not two.
Yeah, we had Eagles defensive touchdown.
Yes.
Josh Allen touchdown.
Yes.
And then what?
It was 5-1.
Was it? No, it wasn't Dawson Knox.
It was Dawson Knox.
Oh, it was Dawson Knox.
6-1. Sorry, yeah.
Dawson Knox, Josh Allen, and Eagles defense.
That's gonna be hilarious when it hits. Patty Melts with the anytime parlay with Hurts, Allen, Kelsey, and McLaurin. So reading the tea leaves from the social media stuff, it seems like the guys that the books need to not score touchdowns, Barkley and Kelsey, from what I can tell.
So this is interesting. Well, let's see if I can do this. Jahan Dotson's reception prop set at 1. So let's see if I can.
Fred Durst likes that Devonta Smith Kelsey first touchdown parlay. That's in this stack of paper tickets, right? Actually, no, I lie. It's not. It's with Hollywood Brown. I have Devonta Smith, Hollywood Brown, but I like your angle. A lot of people playing the Gainwell anytime, Sean.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Fred Durst wants to let us know to keep it rolling.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, it is the actual Fred Durst. Why do people not believe when we have cool fans? It's like when Munaf didn't believe that Justin Steele was hanging out with us. It's like, come on, dude. It's kind of a backhanded compliment.
I don't know.
Are you done cooking over there? Let's take some callers. We can circle back.
Oh my God. All right. Fuck.
You found it?
Yeah.
All right.
And it's beautiful.
Do you have to text someone?
Yeah.
Do we have to make a phone call? All right.
I'm gonna get this in
quickly,
and then I'll announce.
It's the opposite of shaving to make the beard longer. All right, announce it later. And then we got Sean. We might have a record of people waiting to talk to us over on the Discord line. So
let's get the Discord line going, fired up. I know everyone's tuning in. We got a bunch of regulars. Wow, the line is hot.
I know.
Let's roll through some calls. Great to hear from everyone. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. joining us down in Mississippi, live from Mississippi, Japan. What's happening in Japan?
Not much. Go ahead and hit up those dabs. It's fucking dab time. Let's get it fucking started.
Smoking my weed.
Let's go. You got the dab rig cooking,
Pull
huh?
over your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking hot as shit, and my lungs are fucking burning. And I got fucking. I got the Eagles -6. Let's fucking go. You guys keep talking the fucking Chiefs, not fucking happening. The three-peat's not fucking happening. The Bilbo Mafia is gumming a fucking bourbon. Fucking tables are being fucking broken. Let's fucking go. And I got Khalil Shakir, Super Bowl MVP in my pocket with plus 2,900. Talk about some CLV. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, baby.
Hell yeah, Japan.
Hell
I like
yeah,
that
Japan.
energy. I mean, I makes me want to know what strain he's cooking over there, because it's whatever it is. It's not a downer. It's not a downer.
I wish I could give you a name.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
All right, great to hear from you, Japan. Way to pump everyone up, and of course, let it ride. Ryan,
You gotta be careful with the dabs.
Breaking news: I misread it. So his catch prop was set at over under a half. And for some reason, it still let me put in under a half catches with 40 plus receiving yards. It was like, or 25 plus receiving yards. It was like 400 to 1.
Screenshot that and send it to the regulators.
And I sent it to our guy, and he goes, "Wait a minute, you sure you want to put this in?"
All right.
So in my head, I was just like, it was automatically 1.5. So John Dotson couldn't get there. Maybe we'll retry with the Xavier Worthy.
And I just heard the entire fire department driving by the office, perhaps going to put out the fire in Japan's lungs.
Yeah, he said his lungs were burning.
I will say the dab stuff is really.
It's intense.
It's on the edge of like this. This is going to give weed a bad name.
I'm old school, Ryan. You know, a joint, bong, fine.
First time
edible.
the dab experience happened, I was, exactly like you see on the internet.
Joining us on the line, talk all things NFL pregame. Nick Fortune, what's happening, man?
Oh, how we doing, boys? How we doing today?
Doing great. Good to hear from you.
A little cold in LA. Thanks for asking. It was 40 degrees when I was walking the dogs this morning.
Chilly.
Yep.
Oh man, boy. It was like negative 2 degrees here in Iowa on Monday. So I don't want to hear any of that crap.
We're
but
such
anyway,
pussies out here.
we're here to talk about NFL props. I got a super long one for you here. And then Sean, I'm just going to end it with just a question for you.
Sure.
And I don't want to hear, I'm just going to end the call and then I'll just hear your response.
Okay. Classic. I'll take my answer off air.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a 4-leg touchdown parlay as I had last time. Didn't cash it, but I was feeling a little spicy because I got a Josh Hart triple double last night. Help me run to it. That was 16. That was 16-1. So I'm feeling a little spicy today. We have Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Dawson Knox anytime touchdown. We have Zach Ertz anytime touchdown. We have Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown. That's 200-1. That's my big one.
Oh my God.
And then we also have another one here. We have, I believe it's Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. We have Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. We also have Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. And then finally, we also have, I believe, I think it's also Zach Ertz as well. I'm really high on Zach Ertz if you haven't guessed that yet. Anytime touchdown for Travis Kelce and Josh Allen. Two times. That's a safer one. That's plus 200-1. No, 2-1. And then the other one was going to be Travis Kelce two touchdown score. Jerry Rice. To score 2 touchdowns. I love that one too. Finally, I was going to ask you, Sean, and let it ride, boys. I appreciate you just accepting the call. How do you feel? Are you concerned about the Jim Kelly curse right now?
You'll have to. What's the Jim Kelly curse?
Jim Kelly curse. There is a curse where if a quarterback has gone into the Super Bowl one time and they lose it, they will never come back to the Super Bowl again.
Oh,
it is actually true, and there actually is factual information. You know who actually didn't actually get it was an Eagle quarterback, Donovan McNabb, that didn't ever get it. Joe Burrow is on it. Brock Purdy is on it. Jimmy Garoppolo is on it.
So once
Curse is on it,
you
too.
lose a Super Bowl, you're cooked for the rest of your career.
Yeah, you're cooked. You will never go into the Super Bowl again.
God
It's the
damn.
curse. It is the curse.
Well, curses were meant to be broken, Nick, and I'm not concerned at all.
Eli broke that curse by never losing a Super Bowl.
Let it ride, Nick. I did see an interesting curse that the fact that OJ died and basically like the OJ murdered those people and like the last of the Bills losing Super Bowl. He's been alive. He's been cursing the Bills franchise. Allegedly murdered those people.
Allegedly.
And
if he murdered,
if he did it, and now OJ dying removes the Bills curse.
Interesting. Did they bury him in the pit?
I don't know. They should have. I mean, come on, Bills. You call yourself fans. Go track down OJ's coffin, grab it, throw it in the pit. What better sacrifice to the stadium whole gods? Than tossing them in the pit. We got a bunch of callers. Appreciate everyone hopping on, raising their hands in the Discord. Friend of the program, part of the SGPN crew here. You know him, you love him. The DGen Doc, aka Sebastian. What's happening, Sebastian?
Just tailgating the bets. Only a couple Sundays left to do that.
I know.
So Guinness is flowing. Got the Jameson ready to go.
Let's go.
How you boys doing?
Quite well. Unloaded way more than I had planned in Vegas.
There's only 2 games.
And this is definitely the first weekend where the spread bets represent less than 10% of my overall investment in the weekend. So very exciting.
Well, here's the problem. It's our first Saturday. We haven't had football in 5 months. So what are we supposed to do? Not bet on football? Like, what are they
a lot of sex with the significant other. I mean,
no football on Saturday. Good news, honey.
What's the same?
He's one of those guys.
It's the same juices. You gotta get back into that state.
I'll be quick because I know I want to get to the good callers and get some more bets for myself. Here, these guys. I got a quick question for you, Sean.
Yeah.
Look, man, how are you feeling knowing that Jalen Hurts has only fondled 2 sets of balls in his entire career to this point? As in Jason Kelsey and Cam Jurgens. He will be getting a 3rd pair today. Where are we at with that? Already thinking about his knee. Now he's thinking about, I got a new ass to grab today. So where are we at there?
Well, if there's any ass you got to grab, you would hope it would be a Remington Trophy award winner from an All-American. As you know, Landon Dickerson won the award for the best center on the Alabama 2020 unbeaten college football national champion team. So I think if you're going to have anyone replace him, it's going to be him. Yeah, listen. A part about being a champion is overcoming adversity. It wouldn't be a championship run if you didn't have to overcome some adversity. So, hey, maybe Cam Jurgens, and we still don't know how many snaps he's going to play. The fact that they leaked out that he's not starting, but that he's active. I don't know. You're the injury guy, Sebastian. What do you think they're doing there? Are they just keeping him around in case of emergency? Do you think they'll use him in select packages? To me, I see it as Tyler Steen and Landon at center are on a very short leash, and if shit's going wrong, they're going to swap him out. But what do you think they're doing there?
Yeah, no, actually, I was pretty intently watching his pregame warm up just through the videos and stuff. He honestly, and look, this is someone I will never say anything nice about the Eagles, whether, no matter what my bosses have to say, but he looked pretty good, man. He went through a pretty dynamic warm up. He didn't look terrible. The thing is, it's cold. And what does low backs? They don't like the cold. They don't like having to be bent over and then taking 300-pound linemen on your back. And they really don't fucking like the tush push just because it's a massive dog pile on your back. But I would say that you read it pretty much how I'm seeing it going. Nick Gates, their backup center, is inactive. Keegan, one of their guys, is also inactive. So this tells me they're going to trot out Steen and Dickerson. But if they don't like it, fuck it. It's the NFC Championship. They're going to throw Jurgens out there at 70-80% and see what happens. So I think there's honestly a good chance we might see him get rolled in there if shit goes awry.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. And some of the film guys I was listening to said they didn't, that Jurgens had a not good game, especially by his standards. And maybe he was dealing with that back thing last game. I mean, while I was optimistic he was going to practice because by all accounts, he got a pretty active practice in on Friday there. So my thought was hey, if this was on the fence, they wouldn't be pushing him so much in practice. But to your point, backs are quirky, and they can kind of go either way. It's cold, who knows? But Sebastian, what are you sweating out? You're always good for some locks here, of course. What do you like today?
Yeah, I've got 4 and I'll write them off quick. So for this game, it's the 2 running backs and it's the ones we're not thinking about. It's Brian Robinson over 9.5 rush attempts. He's only not hit this in 3 games. He's hit this in 5 out of his last 6. The only one he didn't hit was that Dallas game where they pulled their starters. They got to be balanced. Jaden Daniels, everyone's sucking him off, whatever it may be. He's doing great things, but you got to run the rock a little bit. So I like him over the rush attempts because it's 9.5. I mean, that's incredibly low for an RB1. And then the other guy I like in that game is Austin Eckler and his receiving. I mean, last time he played the Eagles once, he had 8 catches for 89 yards. I like him in some ladders, 40 plus is getting you around 2 to 1, if not better. I think he's somebody, whether they're getting their ass kicked and, it's dumped down stuff, or he's going to be part of that lineup. I've talked about Nakobe Dean being a big injury for the Eagles. Oren Burks, bit of a journeyman. We'll see where he's at. I know he had a good game last week, but Austin Eckler can do some things out of the backfield. So that's what I like for the first 2 games, or for the first game, excuse me. And the other 2 I'm on is I got Kareem Hunt. I've been riding him in the playoffs, all fucking playoffs long. This playoffs, last playoffs, plus 180 for him to score a touchdown over on DraftKings is absolutely absurd. He just gets in there. And then Xavier Worthy is a guy to look for. Longest reception, if you're kind of into that market, 30 plus was at plus 350 early in the week. No Taylor Rapp for the Bills. So we have a safety, a rookie safety, Cole Bishop, getting his first real snaps here in a playoff game. I think Andy Reid knows that.
Yeah, and
we liked him up in Utah, Sean. He was he's
a good prospect,
but he's a rookie.
But again, I mean, the Bills, the biggest reason matchup wise, while I'm on the Chiefs, obviously the Mahomes, the home field, all that stuff aside, is the Bills defense did a horrible job slowing down Andrews and Isaiah Likely, and it's going to be Noah Gray and Travis Kelce today. So thanks for the picks there, D-Gen Doc, and best of luck minus any of your positive Commanders plays.
Yeah, later, right, boys. I'll see you guys much more juiced up later tonight.
Yes, we will be, of course, doing the recap show live after the right after the Chiefs Bills, and we'll get all set up, start taking your calls. We'll have early reactions of the Super Bowl matchup, Super Bowl line. Although it kind of it used to be a little more and like the look ahead lines are everywhere, so it's not as,
the information's out there already. The MVP prices are out there already. Yeah, the first touchdown prices are out there already.
It used to be like Christmas morning, Ryan. They used to like Super Bowl MVP wouldn't be out, I feel like, till the week of.
Yeah, it makes me make me rethink how we're gonna do the episodes in the bye week this year.
We'll break it up maybe a little bit. Daquan in the chat also saying great call in for the SGPN Doc, and he's live now on the air. Daquan, I know you've been riding the Commanders. I assume you're riding them again today.
Honestly, I didn't bet the money line yet.
Oh,
did not do it yet. With they got Stan Cosme out, and that could mean a lot. But one thing you gotta fucking remember is one monkey don't stop no motherfucking show. Washington over 27.5 points plus 400.
Oh, the alt team total
against this Eagles defense on the road. Anything else you like, Daquan?
I got a shovel, and I'm fucking digging. I'm digging Jalen Hurts under 198 passing yards, under 2 passing touchdowns. And he's throwing an interception.
Now that sounds like the kind of thing you'd want to put in the same gamer if you felt that way about the game, which I feel like you can feel that way about the game in a win.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts, they get wins when he doesn't throw for a ton of passing yards. Usually,
Sean, Eagles alt with those 3 things. Eagles minus 13.5 with those 3 things could pay $1 million. I'm gonna build it as you talk.
Yeah, do it without the interception because I do like his ability to keep things clean and not turn it over. That's been a key to their success. Any other props you like, Daquan? Anything else you're firing on?
Yeah, I got another prop. So over the last 4 years, if you don't mind, I'd like to read something off.
Yeah.
13 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. 10 catches, 95 yards, touchdown. 7 catches, 78 yards, touchdown. 11 catches, 116 yards, touchdown. That's Travis Kelce in the championship game, the conference game last 4 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, how can you take any sort of unders on Travis Kelce? I mean, I realize you're paying a price, but he's going to get a ton of looks. And shout out to and breaking news. Shout out to CJ Sullivan pointing out that John Elway lost his first attempt at a Super Bowl and did go back and then did win a Super Bowl.
Was it the first attempt
Kelly
or
curse
any
is fake.
attempt? Yeah, maybe it's the curse is fake.
Yeah. Jim Kelly curse debunked on air here on the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Wow. I love that.
Daquan, anything else you got for the audience?
One thing I gotta say, the Hockey Gambling Podcast been making a lot of money lately, but Ian Cameron's got to stop with the fucking leans. Get on, guys.
All right, we will.
Wow.
We'll talk to you.
Love you all.
I love that he both plugged the Hockey Gambling Podcast and ratted him out.
All right, there
all
you
at the
go.
same time.
No more leans. This gentleman, he doesn't have leans. He's just got great insight. Always enjoy hearing from our Forks Up expert, aka Sup Boy. What's up, Sup Boy?
What's going on, guys? Had a wedding last night, had a little fun there. But
nice.
Ready for football now. You know, sad didn't have any Saturday, so.
Forks up.
Forks up. What do we feel and what do you like today? Any plays? What are we firing on?
Yeah, I'll try to run through them quickly. So one thing I kind of like is you guys are talking about Zach Ertz first touchdown. If you want to get really crazy, you go to John Bates first touchdown. He's been getting red zone looks actually. It's 100-1. So yeah, I put a no sweat on that for fun. So, yeah,
Great play. That's a fun first touchdown too.
Yeah. Then I got Eckler receiving yards. I already kind of talked about it. You guys talked about the Jalen Carter sack. Nolan Smith Jr. actually got a sack in both games that they played the Commanders. So I'm betting on him.
What's his price?
It's like -110 or something, -115. So
yeah,
it's similar.
Nolan Smith's been playing great, and certainly there's a world where maybe they, go out of their way to really slide coverage to Carter, and that creates some opportunities for Nolan Smith. So yeah, Nolan Smith and Carter, I both like to get sacks here in this game.
Yeah, and then reverse correlation wise, I remember start of the season, Kramer talked about Saquon Barkley's receiving yards against the Commanders. So I parlayed under 2.5 receptions with 25+ yards, and it's like 10-1. So I mean, it's a little interesting play there. If he gets 1 or 2, he's probably, looking at his game logs, it's usually, 2 receptions, 40 yards or 20. So, yeah, that's a little fun thing. I won't get into much too.
Well, and earlier in the year, he had 2 for 52. Exactly what you're describing.
Yeah. Good angle.
Yeah. Then the next game, is Kelsey. The Bills actually have been terrible against the tight end in the previous few weeks. I mean, besides even before the Mark Andrews and Likely game, it was a lot worse. So, yeah, I like Kelsey for the Chiefs, and he plays probably yards is better, but whatever you want to do there. And then you can drop the slot music for the slot. Bills. Yeah, so Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, you can pick one. They both had a good game against the Bills last time. I mean, they both line up in the slot a lot. They're kind of gadget plays, 10 yards over the middle of the field. Chiefs are terrible at giving that up. I know the Chiefs suck against the tight end. You can go Dawson Knox touchdown or whatever you want. I think Kincaid is just straight booty cheeks, so I wouldn't play any of his props. It's hard to watch when you bet on him.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna have to pull that as a clip. Straight booty cheeks.
Yeah. I just wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. So, yeah, that's what I got.
Great to hear from you, Sup Boy.
Forks up.
Check him out in the Discord. Check out a lot of these callers.
2-minute drill, Sean.
2-minute drill up against it. Brett Betts, you're on the line here. Where are you calling from? What's your favorite play for today?
It's good to be back. I've been preoccupied with the Golf Gambling Podcast.
Let's go.
Sunday championships. Discord gets real active.
Yeah.
Look at these I love this. I love this. Two positive check marks for the Hockey Gambling and Golf Gambling Podcast.
Great work.
But for my football picks today, my 2 favorite ones is we got a lot of mobile quarterbacks. So if you take Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and Jaden Daniels, that's 10-1.
Now you're talking anytime touchdown there?
Yeah, anytime.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, minus the Jaden Daniels. I like where your head's at.
I mean, no positive Commanders talk.
No,
Sean.
come on.
No positive
I'm
Commanders.
on Eagles money line. Still.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And spread for that matter. But in terms of any time, I think he's got a good shot.
All right. So you like that parlay? Anything else you're cooking up here, Brett?
Yeah, I think the fun one is I actually think Jaden Daniels is going to have the highest passing yards today. He's third favorited behind Mahomes and Allen, but I think a lot of the Eagles' yards and for the other guys is going to be on the ground. So I think he still has decent price for highest passing yards.
And what's his highest pass? Him to have the most passing yards? What's the price on that?
It's plus 350, and then the only one under him is Hurts for plus 500. Mahomes and Allen are like plus 150 each or something.
All right, yeah. I mean, garbage time. Game's completely over. Him checking it down like he did the last time he played at Lincoln Financial Field. I can see him padding his stats.
He seems one of the more likely ones to throw the long ball for sure.
All right, Brett. Well, appreciate you calling in, and best of luck with the Eagles bets.
Thank you. You too.
Right. Let it ride, man. Last caller, had to get him in, Ryan. You know him, you love him.
He's batting cleanup.
Yeah. Discord legend himself. Easy. What are you cooking up today for some bets?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a bunch of defensive stuff today. This is actually the first week I have more defensive money than offensive money on these games.
Let's go. All right, rattle it off. What do you got?
Yeah, so I'll start small and then work my way up to the crazy shit. The sacks that I have, Jalen Carter, y'all have already said. I also have Josh Sweat plus 120. And then in the late game, George Karlaftis plus 164.
Oh, nice.
The interceptions that I'm playing, Reed Blankenship, 7-1. I'm also betting Blankenship 2 interceptions at 85-1. He has an interception on Daniels in both games they've played so far this year. And then I'm also betting Zach Bond to get an interception because I think he's got a good chance at 1-2.
Love it.
And then in the second game, I'm going Trent McDuffie. I think he's got a good chance of getting one. He's 6-1, and then his 2 interceptions is 130-1. So you got to sprinkle on that. And then the last thing that I have is some crazy shit. Y'all know I normally do 2 touchdown parlays, but why do a 2 touchdown parlay when you can do a defensive anytime touchdown parlay?
Woo.
So I have Zach Bond, defensive anytime touchdown. He's 50-1, and Trent McDuffie, defensive anytime touchdown, 70-1. And if you parlay those 2 guys together, you get 3,621-1.
That's might be one of the most degenerate same game parlays we've ever had on the show.
That's saying something, Ryan.
I'm trying to think if we've ever had 2 defensive players to score anytime touchdowns parlay.
I mean, Easy is clearly breaking ground.
I feel like I'm meeting Tesla for the Nikola Tesla for the first time, and he's showing me wireless energy, and I'm like, fuck, mind is blown.
Yes. Awesome. Well, Easy. Got a bunch of great picks. And of course, we'll be
hear from
Easy
out tonight. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be hearing from you late night. Best of luck out there. Good to hear from the chat. Appreciate everyone tuning in. And let's get it. We got to go watch the game, sweat out our own bets. Great to hear from you, Easy.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
All right. And I'm sure we'll be talking with him and everyone else. Get in live chat after the game, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. And of course,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Best of luck today, Sean
Kramer. Let it ride.